Okay, so before you put anything together in terms of the terrain for a town called Despair, the first thing you should do is pull out the Building and Terrain Assembly Guide, open it to the table of contents and generally assembly notes, and thoroughly read both these pages. They will give you tips that you need to best put the stuff together so that you don't have any problems as you go through it. And there are 3 extra tools I suggest that you have available. One is a roll of standard Scotch tape. One is a pen knife or some small sharp object that you can poke out some of those small pieces with. And the third is just a bottle of your ordinary white school glue. And that's all you need. To assemble the water tower, which is part of the accessory package, which has water towers, sheds, and privies, you look at page 2 and 3 of the assembly manual, and all the parts are on one page, so it's not too hard to find them. There is, I want to caution you that there's a lot of little tabs in here. You probably will need some sort of a small pen knife or something to make sure that you get them out all safely. And to assemble the water tower, step 1 is you're going to take the 2 sides, which have the 2 little slots facing upward, right? And you're going to insert one of the water tower sides in here, where it just inserts like that, right? And then you're going to lean this forward and insert these tabs into the slots. They do fit pretty tight, and you have to kind of bend it back and forth. Just be careful bending it. And then you just push it forward until it snaps in place. And you may have to use your fingernail to make sure all the tabs fit into the slots correctly. All right, and then repeat it for the other side. So just be a little careful when you're bending this thing back and forth. It is pretty flexible. It's pushed in there. Once again, take your fingernail and just make sure that those tabs seat correctly. All right. So you got those done. All right. Then you're going to take the other side and put that on. Slide it down on there. And line up the tabs with the slots. Push it back and forth. Oops, until you get them all. It may take you 2 or 3 tries. Get them all lined up. And push them forward. Say, put your fingernail and make sure that all the tabs go into the slots. Do the same thing with the last side. Push those together. Make sure all the little tabs and slots lined up. All right, there you go. So there's the base of the water tower. Then we're going to put the floor of the water tower in. And what you're going to do is you're going to kind of push in inside and make sure you get all your tabs. They are pretty flexible. It may take you a couple tries to get them all lined up. You want to get all your tabs lined up with the slots. And you push it down and then just with your fingernail, make sure that those little tabs fit into the slots. And that should be pretty rigid. All right. Then we're going to take these 4 smaller sides of the water tower, and what we're going to do is we're just going to stick those down and push them, kind of push them back a little bit against the slots on each side. It will be a little floppy. All right, make sure you get them all in. And then take the water piece and just set that down inside there, and if you press it down, that will hold the sides against the tabs while you're assembling the rest of it. All right, the next step is to insert the ladder. All right, The ladder can go on either side. There's slots on either side. I did it this way so that you didn't have to worry about getting them on the wrong side. So you just stick those slots down into the base firmly, and then there's a little tab up top, and you're going to push that down until it fits into that slot. Push it forward until it snaps in. And these little tabs on the side, you see, should mesh in with the other pieces. If one of them falls out, don't worry about it. You can put it right back in. All right. My water fell out. Put that back in. All right, it should look like that once you've got the ladder in. All right. Now you're going to put the other 3 smaller sides in. And what you do is you just take one, put it on there, push it forward, so you can slide it down, and then these little tabs lock into the sides. You can keep that breech piece. All right, so when you get all the sides interlocked in there, it should look like that. And then you've got your ring that goes on the top. Line that up. Be careful about these little tabs because they are a little fragile. You get it all locked together. Push that in, push that down until that tab slides in there. And then these little tabs pop right up into the base as you push it around. All lock in, and there's your water tower.